Oh, Tajidele, good morning. Day before yesterday, I have shown these slides and we have discussed about the primary elements. And in this chat, I have shown the combination of nature and the function of the primary elements. And today I am going to discuss about the different perspective and different views from the Indian Nalanda masters. You can see the difference, explanations in the Indian classical textbook. So first is Abhidharma text. If you look at the Abhidharma text, there are two types of Abhidharma texts. The first is Abhidharma Samujjhakaya. So it is written by Arya Asanga, and second is Abhidharma Koshakas. Abhidharma Koshaka, in Tibetan we call it Ngombadzu. Abhidharma Samujjhakaya, in Tibetan we call it Ngomba Kundu. So both texts are translated in Tibetan. It is still well preserved in Tibetan monastic institution up to now. And according to these two textbooks, it has stated that all the atoms, they are composite of 8 substantial particles. 8 substantial particles are the particles of primary elements, earth, water, fire and wind elements, and the particles of form, particles of smell, taste and tactility as well. So when you look at the Buddhist different schools, according to the Vaibhashikas, Vaibhashika point of view, they consider that the particle of primary elements, they are actual earth, they are actual water, they are actual fire, they are actual wind. So they are fully qualified earth, they are true earth, actual earth, water, fire and wind as well. But according to the Swatantrika, point of view, they do not accept the particle of earth elements, the particle of water elements. They do not refer them as a actual, like a fully qualified earth or the actual earth. They are saying that it has given a name of earth, primary elements, but it's not, it's not the actual primary elements. They are not actual earth, water, fire and wind as well. So they are saying that the particle of earth element is just a potential, it's just a seed. It is not fully manifest yet. So once it manifest, fully manifested, then it becomes then it becomes the then it becomes the actual earth, water, fire and wind as as well. So this is their point of view. So if you look at the textbook, which is called The Fact of the Ground Stated, it is written by the Arya Asanga. So Arya Asanga, I think he has written these textbooks in the 4th century. In these textbooks, he has he has made a distinction between the primary elements and the elements. So he has said that if we look at the individual atoms, individual atom, when it is strongly manifest or dominated, at that time we have to use the name of primary element. But the individual, when it is not in the when it is not a weak when it is a weak in the strength, when it is not in the state of strongly manifest, is when it is weak in a strength and potency. At that time we just refer them as an element. We are not going to use the name of primary element as well. This is his point of view, and he has clearly made a distinction between the primary elements and the elements. So if you look at the scientific perspective, if we in science, if when we speak about the water, so water is made up of water molecules like HO2s. So if you look at the single water molecule, single H2O, at that time, do you consider it's just a water molecule, or it's just it's just actual water? What do you think? So I don't think that when you look at the single H2O, I don't consider it is I don't consider it is water. When many water molecules, they come together, they bind together, then it becomes the aspect of water. But if you look at the one single water molecules, at that time I don't think that it's a true water. So it's quite similar here. There is a similarity between what Arya Asanga said in his textbook. And if you look at the Vajrayana textbooks, Vajrayana textbook, so it has explained one, it has explained another one more elements. So Vajrayana, according to the Vajrayana textbook, they have plus one more elements on the basis of four basic, on the base of four primary elements: earth elements, water elements, fire elements, and wind elements, and plus they have named the space element here. So they have plus one more elements here. If you look at the Guya Samaja textbook, so according to the Guya Samaja's textbook, so it has it has written that there is a relation between the inner and outer primary elements. Inner primary elements which is within us, and the outer primary elements which is outside of our body, So there is a connection between inner primary elements and outer primary elements. So and according to the Kala Chakra textbooks, it also mentioned there is a link between the celestial body and our human body. There is a link between them. So celestial body, rotation of celestial body, the rotations of like suns and moons, it can affects to our body. So it has also described when it happens, the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. At that time it can changes our way of breathing patterns. So if you look at the breathing breathing patterns of inhalations and exhalations at the time of lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, then you can see that your nose can take the equal amount of breathing, equal amount of breathing. You can check it, you can investigate it by yourself, you can experience it by yourself. Then you are going to take equal amount of breathing through your nose. This is what it has explained in Kala Chakra textbook. And it also mentioned that by gaining a mastery over the inner primary elements through the power of yogic practice, one can mastery over the outer primary elements. So these are the different views, different perspective from the Buddhist followers and Buddhist textbooks, in Indian classical textbooks. I have shared them to you, and I hope that you enjoyed different views that I have explained to you. And up to now I have discussed about the visible form, sound, smell, taste, tactilities. I have completed all these topics. In my next presentations I'm going to talk about the 5 sense faculties. That's all. So today that's all, and if you have any questions, then you can send me an email. And if you are using the WhatsApp, this is my WhatsApp number. And if you are watching my YouTube, then please subscribe my YouTube, and please don't forget to hit the bell icon. And if you feel that whatever I have been taught is good for you, and then please share as much as you can to the other people who are truly interested to learn something about the Buddhist basic science and Buddhist basics psychologies. That's all. Thank you. Have a good day.